Hi guys, I want to say some words today about life mastery again, and this is the third video in the life mastery series. And in the first video I spoke about laying a solid foundation which was based on a pure foundation and one that has been cleared in our life, so that our life is cleared of all that clutter that we may have accumulated over the years, whether that's emotional clutter or psychological clutter or physical clutter that we need to clear out in our environment, so that we're making a conscious decision to lay a firm foundation as far as our life mastery is concerned. In other words, we're actually making a serious decision to become a life master and to become the one who is in the driving seat of our life car and the one who actually has the authority over what happens in that life as well. And in the second of the series, I went on to speak about making this serious decision again to actually actively go into this life mastery idea by looking at every area of our life and realizing that one area in our life will have an impact on the other areas. Therefore, if we want to gain life mastery, we need to have mastery over every area: our emotional area, our psychological area, our physical area. And we need to understand that one may impact the others and detract from the other areas, and even detract from our desire to want to have life mastery. So today I want to pick up one of those points on one of those areas by mentioning the area of emotions. And I think this is an important area. If we want to gain life mastery, if we want to gain mastery of the self, which is included in life mastery and is pivotal to life mastery and to our personal development, that we become a master over ourselves primarily. And one area of the self that I'm going to speak about today is the area of emotions, and the importance of actually monitoring, having authority over and having control over our emotions on a continual basis. And a useful point to bear in mind if we want to take control of our emotions, have mastery over this area, is to understand that more often than not, our emotions are a result of our thoughts and our thought life. And which is why we feel happy when we have happy thoughts. And if we can do that on a continual basis, that's going to be a really good foundation to having a happy life and maintaining a high frequency as well, in part. So maintaining this area of our emotions and understanding that we have control over our emotions, and that we do not need to be led here, there and everywhere because we've had an emotional reaction to a certain situation. In fact, there are some people who actually manipulate us through our emotions, through actually manipulating our thoughts, our feelings, so that we have an emotional reaction, and it's a knee-jerk reaction rather than a considered action. And there's a vast amount of difference between the two. So we do not need to have knee-jerk reactions to what has happened or what someone else has done. We can stand back, know that we have authority over our emotions and that we have a choice to make. We have discretion and discernment. And we know then, as a life master, that we can make a choice as to what our reaction or our action will be towards this situation or this person. And so that's having mastery over our emotions. First of all, that mastery comes from within. It comes from the knowledge that we have this skill. And it's a brilliant skill, by the way, to have in our safe relationship toolbox, because it means that we're not drawn here, there and everywhere by other people in situations, and that we do not need to be brought down by situations, believe it or not, but we can make a conscious choice as to how we feel about every situation. But the thing is, we've been conditioned and socialized to believe that we have to react a certain way to certain situations. But that's not the case at all, because we are the one that have complete authority over our soul, over our consciousness, and over our being, over every aspect of our being. Therefore, it's up to us as to how we want to react and what we want to do with our emotions and where we want to spend our energy, because emotion is energy. So wherever we're sending our emotions, we're sending our energy, our consciousness. Our soul is included in that there, because we're all connected through every body, every part of our being. So handling our emotions and really seriously taking these emotions seriously enough that we will not allow them to be detrimentally used by other people and other situations. We have mastery over the self, and that importantly includes our emotions, which we can use to positive effects. So we can use emotions such as love to contribute to the world. We can use kindness, compassion, which is a very powerful emotion, for the sake of the world and for the upliftment of our own life and purpose. We don't need to have these emotions drained by these people and situations that are sucking us dry through manipulating our emotions. We have mastery, and we can utilize that mastery for the good. So, knowing that we have this mastery means that we're not going to be dragged here, there and everywhere. And then, when we've gained this mastery and we've practiced and it becomes habitual, when we practice something, we get very good at it and it becomes a part of us. It becomes a part of who we are. We've made a decision, a conscious decision, and we're putting that decision into action every day, even in our thought life. Our emotions are not going to bleed into our thought life and to determine our mental health, because we have mastery over our emotions. So the number one key, I think, is to consciously make the decision as to whether we want to be a master over our emotions or whether we want those emotions to master us. So as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.